I love sport from a very young age, and I think probably most people my age as well have a particular memory from their childhood. Unfortunately, when you get to 50, those memories get a little bit clouded. But from my perspective, I played some fairly reasonable level of cricket, field hockey, and rugby, both at school and then at university. So at uni, I played for Saracens, and back then was at a quite a senior level. And since then, I've continued to focus on my rugby, personal well-being, health, and also the family that rugby brings with it. In my latter years, I was chairman of the Hong Kong Tens, which is, for those in the rugby fraternity, know that that's one of the greatest tennis-side rugby tournaments in the world. And I worked extensively with the likes of Tana Umaga when I was there and Christian Cullen in order to expand that business and make it more appealing to a wider group of people, involving a lot of work with charity, in particular Poland Cook charity in Hong Kong. I still play I think playing rugby is a bit of a stretch. I walk around the field with the guys that I've been playing rugby with for the past 20 years, which gives us an excuse to then enjoy a beer afterwards. Well, petrol head, I think, is an affordability function. I love cars, but like most people, I think I get the greatest amount of pleasure driving them, but spend most of the time watching them. I think probably the manifestation of the interest in cars came when we were given the opportunity to sponsor various cars in the Macau Grand Prix. And throughout that process, we have been lucky enough to work with Gulf Marine in co-sponsoring both an Aston Martin and a McLaren MP4 in the 2011 Macau Grand Prix. And that is a passion that I think, in particular, people of my generation and my father's generation as well, they invested a lot of time in both driving cars, collecting cars, and really being part of that generation before the Tesla came along, as far as getting powerful cars, driving them, and really just enjoying the sport. Yes, I think that's, thank you for the question. I think that is really manifested in some of our product names. Our cufflink boxes are named after very famous corners at Silverstone. Silverstone used to be the head of Bomber Command during the Second World War for the Royal Air Force. And so our cufflink boxes are named, for example, like Brooklands and Copse and Abbey, which are these very famous corners. And as far as developing the product, I have been very fortunate in having worked with a number of people that have a long history in motorsport, which helped to give us a certain interpretation of racing car drivers, what they were then famous for, and also in designing our product as well, the significance of various numbers and colours.